What's up, lovely people? So nice to have you back here with me today. I hope all of you are doing really well. Happy February and happy Valentine's Day to those who are celebrating. I'm actually recording today's video on Valentine's Day. So for all of you guys who are celebrating this, and as much as you're going to see this video after, way after I record it, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're all going to enjoy the day. And by the way, February being the month of love does not just mean Valentine's Day and then that's it. What many people don't actually know is that February is the month where we celebrate random acts of kindness. So we have Random Acts of Kindness Week that mostly starts from today all the way till the 20th of February, but it can range depending on how people want, because there's no set time to have a Random Acts of Kindness Week. So long as you're gonna have that 1 week set apart to show random acts of kindness, spread the love, just go all out there for other people, whether it's in big ways or in the slightest way possible, just so long as you're spreading the love. We celebrate week of Random Acts of Kindness in February. And what better way to kick off this week other than Valentine's Day, where you get to show the people that you love in your life that you love them regardless of who they are. And what we have to remember is that Random Acts of Kindness Week does not necessarily mean that you box every act of kindness in this 1 week and then forget about it for the rest of the year. No, basically it's supposed to make kindness the norm. Make it a thing that you do on a daily basis. First of all, it starts deliberately. It starts off deliberately now, and then throughout the course of the year it becomes something that just happens out of habit. It becomes something that you do without even thinking twice about it. So this 1 week is supposed to kind of fill it up in such a way that it spills over to the rest of the year. I don't think I've ever seen any kind person, genuinely kind person, who is not happy. So I think the one thing that it really does for you is just put you in this state of being happy. When you're able to spread the love that's in your heart to other people, it guarantees that you're going to be happy even in those instances that you did not expect to be happy. The beauty of having this 1 week per year is that it really brings it to the consciousness, the fact that you really want to be deliberate about being kind. Then that kickstarts off a whole year of you being kind off of the top of your head. The best way for you to be deliberate about this is writing down the things that you want to do on a particular day. So for example, today being the beginning, you can think of something to do, something that you're going to do. It can be one thing, it can be all the way to whatever number, depending on the time that you have and depending on the situation that you are in. So whatever it is that you choose to do today, write it down the previous day so that you can wake up knowing that this is what I'm going to do because I'm going to be in this particular situation. This is exactly what I'm going to pursue, and I'm going to go as closest as possible to making sure that it happens. Also, the best thing is to have a goal in your mind. Like for example, you think, today I want to encourage someone, today I want to give my time off for something, today I want to give my finances for someone. And then you can also think, today I want to just go out of my way to be kind and to be nice to someone. So when you have these goals, you know exactly what to do. And when that situation arises, you'll be very ready to go ahead without second guessing yourself. And so to kickstart off this week of Random Acts of Kindness, I put together a few actions that may come in handy or may just act as a pointer. Not necessarily everything that you're supposed to do, things that I would think would be quite helpful. They're not all the way out there, but they're things that are in our day-to-day life, depending on where we are, the people we get to meet and interact with every single day. One of the best ways to randomly make someone else happy is to pay it forward or backwards. So like for example, if you're in a supermarket, you can opt to pay the bill of the person right in front of you. If you're in a coffee shop, you can pay off someone else's coffee. Whatever it is that you're doing, and if it involves paying off, you can be at a gas station and opt to pay off the bill of the person in front of you, because that's more practical. Whichever situation you are in that requires you to pay off something, and there's probably a queue, it's such a random thing when someone else decides to pay off your bill and you don't know what to say at that particular moment, but it literally makes your day. Another thing you can do is compliment people, randomly compliment people. You can never tell how much it changes and brightens someone's day. And the best way to do this is to actually make it really genuine. Think of something about them that stands out. Like for example, if you want to compliment someone on their smile, go deeper and talk about what about their smile is beautiful. You can say their teeth are amazing. You can say their smile just brightens up the room. You can say how welcoming it makes you feel. If you're talking about someone's outfit, you can mention exactly what in the outfit stands out for you. If it's someone's voice, maybe for example you're speaking to someone and their voice stands out to you, you can say it's either soothing or very bold or very musical. Sometimes I found myself telling people that their voice sounds very musical, and in some instances it turns out that the person that I'm speaking to actually sings. It feels really good to the person that you're talking to, having picked that up, and also to yourself, because it just makes you happy. I don't know how you feel about getting a very random, unexpected messages from people, be it a text message or via social media. Something very positive and very kind, there's something it does for you. So the other really good way is to think of people that you want to send messages to. You can choose a few people every day or every alternate day and write this down so that you can be very intentional about it. Send them text messages and don't even expect anything in return. Just send it and make it as genuine as possible. It brightens up their day in a way that you cannot imagine. One of the most selfless ways to show love and kindness to people is by donations. So whenever you choose to put aside whatever it is that you have in excess in your house, be it your clothes, be it shoes, be it food stuff, whenever you choose to do that and give it to someone else, I don't think there is a better way of you to make someone's day, and especially for people who are not in a position to access or to have the things that you choose to share. And in making donations to the homeless or to shelters or to homes, sometimes people often forget that they're animals. I'm a big lover of animals. I really love animals. I love pets. And it's such a nice thing to donate also to animal shelters. It could be old towels, it could be blankets, it could be food, it could be whatever it is that you have. It goes a long way in helping out not just the people who are working there, but also to the animals themselves. One more form of donation that is often overlooked is blood donation. I don't know how this goes with everyone, but I saw a friend of mine mention recently that they were going to donate blood on Valentine's Day, and I thought about that to be one of the nicest thing you can ever do on a day that you're supposed to be spreading and sharing love. Depending on the situation that you are in, if you think donating blood as well is something that you can do, then why not? I think that's a really, really nice and selfless way of spreading and showing kindness and also love. Sometimes we tend to overlook how being nice to the people in our lives actually is a really huge thing. Like taking a friend or family out for a coffee, a date, dinner somewhere, and really just appreciating their presence in your life. And then not just leaving it at that, at the dinner or the movie, but also being very deliberate about mentioning the fact that they're such a huge blessing and they're such a huge blessing in your life and how you appreciate them. Not only does this make you a really good friend, but it cements the relationship that you two have. And also you find that these are the kind of friendships that last for a really long time. I don't know about you, but I'm a crafter. I love making crafts with my hands. I love cutting out things and fixing them up with glue and glitters and all that stuff. So if you like me, you can put together some simple but meaningful gifts or gift boxes for your friends and family, or for just random people. It could be anyone. And then in it, just think of something that could be very personal, that could be very relatable to them, and watch and see how they react. Personally, being in the service industry, I can attest to the fact that the slightest random act of kindness, either from my colleagues or from my customers, goes a really long way in either making my day or changing my attitude for that particular day, or just really elevating me to a different level. I've had instances where one of my customers just says something really kind, and whether I was having a rough day or just a normal day, I can tell you how much that really, really made my day. And what it does is that it makes you want to pass that forward. So when you're dealing with people, for example, in the service, who offer service to you, like for example, it could be a waiter, It could be a receptionist or someone in the front desk. That could also be security. It could be cleaners. It could be anyone. When you go that extra mile to just be really kind, it could just be a normal chat, just a very friendly chat that comes literally out of nowhere that gets them off guard. It could be a compliment, engaging them in whatever way, or just leaving a bigger than normal tip for that day. I can tell you that goes a really, really long way in either changing the situation or just elevating the next person to a higher level. Especially if you choose to use their name as you engage them in this conversation. There's something really good about that. It says a lot about you, first of all, and it goes a long way in just making their day. There's some instances where you come across a mom with babies, and the best thing you can do at any particular moment, whether they look like they need the compliment or not, is just kind of say a nice thing to them. You can compliment them on how their babies look amazing that day, or just say how cute they are, because you never know what people are dealing with. Most of the time we're so prone to being very judgmental regardless of what the situation is, but whenever you are in such a situation, I feel like the best thing you can do is, even if it's just to smile. A smile goes a really long way. You can never underestimate that. And then also another thing that you can do is offer to, probably this is for people that you actually know and that are in your life, you can offer to babysit for whatever situation. And you can also offer to pet sit for a friend or for anyone that you know might need assistance in that area. Personally, I don't like to bake. That's one thing. I would rather go buy something, whatever it is that I want to buy, instead of baking. But if you like to bake, you can bake and surprise your neighbor. Or even if you don't want to bake, you can cook something or just basically buy whatever it is that you want to buy and surprise your neighbor, whether you know them or not. And in that, you actually create a friend or cement the friendship that's already there. And when you do things like this, you never know when you might actually need someone else to step in for you. And having done something like this, it's almost a guarantee that whenever you need someone else, you don't actually do this in expectation, but it's almost a guarantee that whenever you'd want someone to step in for you in whatever situation, they would gladly do that, because you actually were the first person to step out and show this kindness to them. And last but not least, you cannot be treating everybody else and forget that you actually need kindness yourself. Just remember that you can never pour out of an empty cup. Whatever it is that you have to give has got to start from you. Otherwise, you're just going to be doing things for the sake of doing it and actually not having it come from a point of wanting to spread out the love that you already have in your heart. With all that's happening around the world nowadays, you never know who would really be in need of either a word of encouragement or just an act of kindness. There's so much uncertainty and so much is happening around us that you don't want to be the person who judges someone else based on how they come off to you. If you spread out your love and share whatever it is that you have within you, which is the love of God, and not expect anything in return, when you actually see people for who they are, when you do things for people not because of who they are or what they do in return, but because of who you are and what you have inside you, if you have a heart that's filled with love, you do things for people without expecting anything in return. And the beauty of being kind to someone else and not making it about yourself in every instant is that you never know whose day you make. You never know how a kind word changes someone else's life. You never know what the tiniest bit of thing that you do for someone else, and especially for people who really do not expect it, and that's why it's called random. You never know how much it changes their day. And apart from that, it fills you up yourself with so much joy, and it's almost as if you're making it loud out there that being kind is easy. It's not difficult. It's something that you can do off of the top of your head without really thinking about it, and becomes part of your life. And I feel like the world would be such a lovely place because everybody's fighting a battle that you don't know. The only thing that you can do is be kind. And I'll leave you with this verse from Philippians chapter 2, from verse 3, that says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, rather in humility value others above yourself, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of the others." Thank you so much, guys, for joining me for this video. Spread the love, pay it forward. Remember, you always have a choice to make someone's day better or worse. And also, no act of kindness, however small, is wasted. Hope to see you all on my next video, and bye-bye. And keep spreading that love. Hey honey, now go, go, shoo shoo.